8 Diagram of Pole Fighter. This is a Shaw Brothers classic, a Gordon Liu classic. For me, it's my favorite Gordon Liu film. It's my favorite Gordon Liu film. Actually, my favorite Shaw Brothers film. Now, Gordon Liu is famous for Kill Bill, obviously, playing the character Pai Mei in Kill Bill Volume 2, and playing I forgot his name. Johnny something, the guy who was the leader of the Crazy 88 in Kill Bill Volume 1. But this movie, this is a classic. You must watch this movie if you've not seen any of Gordon Liu's films. It's brilliant. Another classic of his is 36 Chamber of Shaolin. A lot of people consider that to be one of the best kung fu movies ever made. I consider this as well to be one of the best kung fu movies ever made. I love the story. It's a great story about the Yan family and their battle against the Mongols and how they were betrayed. And then two of the Yang brothers from that army that you see in the battle at the beginning survive. One goes back home and he's kind of suffering from this post-traumatic stress, and the other brother, played by Gordon Liu, he ends up fleeing and he ends up going to the Shaolin temple and wants to become a monk, but the monks don't really accept him because of his violent nature and because of just his character. They don't really accept him for who he is at the beginning, but he's so determined. He's just like, I want to be a monk, and they keep rejecting him, but he just doesn't leave. He's like an unwelcome guest, and he just ends up being there, and they end up kind of taking care of him, and they end up training with him in the pole style. In a stick form style of Shaolin Kung Fu, and he's already got skills, obviously being a soldier, so his Kung Fu skills are already really good. Being a member of the Yan family, he's a master of the spear form, so he's very good with the spear, which again translates well into pole fighting. But one of the things that he learns in training, because they train to kind of take out the teeth of the wolves, so they have these wolf dummies, and with their training they're trying to disable the wolves, but he's still in the killing mindset, so he's like, oh, the wolf needs to be killed or otherwise it will come back. And they're like, Buddha's name be praised. They would say, Buddha's name be praised every time they talk, which is really cool. And one of the monks explains to him that the wolves are part of nature and killing them is wrong. We disable their teeth and that makes them harmless, and they will retreat and they won't come back and bother us. So it's a different ideologies. What I love about these kung fu films is so great. They've got some really good themes and inspirational themes of like long-term success, as well as all these kind of cool morals that they have within the films. One of the things I really love about these movies is the strong themes of loyalty, of determination, of just continuous growth, and This movie was just great. There's some great fight scenes in this movie. Absolute classic Shaw Brothers, fantastic fighting. The choreography is just smooth, absolutely smooth. That's all I can describe it as. There's a really good fight scene I like between Gordon Liu and the abbot just before he's going to rescue his sister, and they're in the temple, and then it's kind of like a training scene, obviously. And they're fighting with the poles. They're fighting each other with the poles, and they're using like the candle stands, and they're using pillows, throwing pillows at each other, and then they end up. Gordon Liu ends up making the symbol of the yin yang on the floor, and it was just amazing during that fight. They were doing all of that, and it was such a great scene, absolute classic scene. Absolutely love it. And yeah, this movie is a must watch. It's one of the greatest kung fu movies ever made for me. Gordon Liu classic, Shaw Brothers classic, and it's one of my favorites. Absolutely love it. If you like this video, hit that like button, share, subscribe, comment down below. Let me know if you've seen the 8 Diagram Pole Fighter. What was your favorite moment? And what's your favorite Gordon Liu film? Are you like most people? Do you think it's the 36 Chamber of Shaolin, or are you more like this movie? Or is there another movie that you prefer? I'd love to know your thoughts. Anyway, I'll see you next time for another video. Remember, behind every fight is a great story. Peace.